Hi, everybody. I hope everyone had a great week on the water last week. I'd like to take a minute or two to introduce this week's Paddler's Journal to you. That's our Paddle Monster newsletter, our weekly Paddle Monster newsletter. This week we've got, I think, a really timely article. It's on board repair. It's called The Beginner's Guide to Board Repair. But it really should be titled Professional Level Repairs for Beginners. I go into detail describing a method for board repair, fixing dings and holes in boards that I've used for the last probably 10 years. It's really reliable. You can come up with, it's quite easy to do. You can come up with repairs that you can barely feel. If you match the color correctly, you can barely see, and that are very durable. So we share that with you. It's getting to the point in the year where people will undoubtedly have repairs to make. And our sport, the nature of our sport is such that even if you take care of your equipment, invariably, eventually, you're going to have to do some repairs. And so for those of you that have been lucky enough to not have to do that yet, I suggest you bookmark this page, or this post, sorry, and have it there for future reference. For those that have been training with us, it's week 8 of the summer program. This is another hard training week. It builds on what we did last week. The structure is very similar, but we've increased the load by either increasing the volume or the intensity in some of the training sessions. The increase in intensity has been slow and steady over the last few weeks in preparation for full intensification of the program in 2 weeks' time. It's another hard week. I suggest that you push it, you go hard, because next week is another recovery week. And then our recommended reading for people that are training with us is on gears in paddling. Just like people riding bicycles have gears at their disposal, paddlers have gears that they can use as well. It's all a function of how much water you're gathering and holding on your blade during the stroke. We talk about the principles of paddling that allow us to find these different gears. And then we talk a little bit about how you can find your optimal gear, as well as what gears are ideal or better suited for various scenarios and situations in racing and in training. So that's our recommended reading for this week. I'm certain that you'll find it useful, and it piggybacks nicely on what we've talked about in the last few weeks on sprinting. Additionally, we've got our classifieds, which our Paddle Monster classifieds are probably the best marketplace for buying and selling paddling equipment that you can find. So there's lots of interesting things in the classifieds. And beyond that, we just want to tell you that we're really excited about how many people we have subscribing to the newsletter, how many people are receiving it and reading it each week. We're extremely grateful for you for doing that. And we'd like to remind you that, if you've ever got any comments or suggestions, we're happy to hear them. Suggestions for things you'd like to see us talk about in future issues are always welcome. We work pretty hard to provide you the most informative content we can, but it's always nice to get suggestions for new things for us to talk about. So have a great week on the water, and I'll talk to you next week.